Court records say during the attack, Anaya Gooch and her sister Deja took out knives and began trying to stab the victim in the stomach.
She did try to stab a victim who was pregnant with a knife in the stomach, however, missed and cut her hand instead. There is information in the probable cause affidavit that the defendant was then live streaming on social media afterwards that the baby is dead.
Where we had 4 black females who ended up jumping and stabbing a restaurant employee, a pregnant restaurant employee.
Getting to other headlines for tonight, 4 women are now in jail after a violent attack at a Qdoba in Fishers.
Now, the victim is pregnant, and according to court documents, the suspects may have tried to kill her unborn baby. Tonight, Fox 59's Max Lewis tells us what sparked the attack.
They stabbed, when they were trying to stab me in my stomach, I had to protect myself, so I got like stab wounds all on my hands.
The victim, who asked us not to use her name, showed us the wounds inflicted when 4 women showed up at the Qdoba where she works and jumped her. It happened at the restaurant's location on 96th Street on Sunday night. The victim tells us her fellow employees tried to stop them.
They told the team members they'll smack out of them and beat out of them if they didn't move out the way. So they pushed them. And one girl came up, we was fighting for like at least 20 seconds, and that's when they started jumping me.
Prosecutors say the ringleader was 21-year-old Anaya Gooch. The victim says she and Gooch were both, quote, messing around with the same man, and that's what sparked the fight.
Oh my God. I sometimes I feel ashamed of my own community, but it's why did I already knew what this was going to be about. I already knew it was going to be about them end up talking to the same man. Women love to throw their wives away from the same man. I'm going to give you all some advice, ladies, or anybody who's listening. No person, unless you're trying to protect their life or something like that, they are not worth going to jail for. Not trying to mess up the person who's your love rival. But let's keep going into this, y'all.
So basically, she was mad at me because I was having his kid, and I guess she couldn't have the kids. This is really where it came to.
Court records say during the attack, Anaya Gooch and her sister Deja took out knives and began trying to stab the victim in the stomach.
She did try to stab a victim who was pregnant with a knife in the stomach, however, missed and cut her hand instead. There is information in the probable cause affidavit that the defendant was then live streaming on social media afterwards that the baby is dead.
The Gooches, along with their accused accomplices, Derek Jackson and Aramonia Malone, were charged today with felony battery on a pregnant woman. All of them appeared in court this afternoon.
You threw your lives away to help your friend try to murder a baby in the mother's stomach? You deserve to be in jail. It's as simple as that. You deserve to be in jail, and you deserve everything that's coming to you. My real question is, how were you raised? Because there's no way someone who was raised properly would even think to do this, would even join around. Because if your friend is thinking about doing this and you go along with it, you're just as dumb. You're just as stupid. You deserve everything that's going to happen to you. Hopefully they get the maximum sentence. Let's keep going into this.
The victim says the women should have handled the situation like adults.
Or it really could have been on some grown woman stuff, because it ain't nothing, ain't no pressure about no boy. But shoot, they getting what they get. So I'm not in jail, they are.
In Fishers, Mac.
100%. At the end of the day, they should have talked about it like some grown adults. Let's go over into this next video where we watch a little bit more about them being in court. Let's get over into it.
State of Indiana versus Anaya Gooch, cause number 29D02, 2605 at 54409. State appears by Deputy Prosecutor Tula Goodell. Ms. Gooch by Counsel Peter Capafari. Are you Anaya Gooch?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Gooch, were you present for the video that was played where your rights were explained?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you speak up, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand that information?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get a copy of your charges?
Yes.
I need you to speak up, ma'am.
Yes.
All right, that might be helpful if you scoot closer to the microphone. Mr. Capafari, does your client need a formal reading of the charges?
No, Your Honor.
Do you intend to hire an attorney?
Can I have one appointed soon?
All right. Are you working anywhere, ma'am?
Yes, I am working.
And how much do you earn at your job in a month?
It depends. I have a very different schedule. I make about $650 a week.
$650 a week.
But I'm bringing about 1,300 home a month.
So you make about $650 a week, but you're bringing 1,300 home a month.
Yeah, because
Do you have something deducted from your paycheck?
well, I pay rent and I have a car payment.
Okay. So the 1,300 will be after you pay rent and car payment.
Well, no, it's less than that. I probably have like $200 left on my pay bills.
All right. I will find you indigent and appoint you counsel. Shannon Collins will be your attorney. And probable cause for your arrest and entering a preliminary plea of not guilty. You are charged with a felony here. That makes you a prohibited person in the state of Indiana, and you cannot carry a gun. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Right. State, do you have a position on bond here?
Yes, thank you. This defendant has a moderate IRS score. The probable cause affidavit alleges that she did try to stab a victim who was pregnant with a knife in the stomach, however, missed and cut her hand instead. It's also believed that she is the ringleader behind the other co-defendants including Ms. Jackson, Ms. Gooch, and Ms. Malone. The state has serious concerns for the safety of the victim in this case. The state does not believe pretrial release is appropriate and is requesting an enhanced bond of $30,000 cash or surety.
Like, hold on, they said 30,000. I would rather just get no bond.
Mr. Capicari?
Your Honor, I wasn't able to, well, can I have 1 second just to look at the probable cause affidavit? Because I don't see anything where it says that there's any kind of information that the defendants knew that the alleged victim was pregnant. I only see that she was 1 month pregnant. And I don't know.
Judge, there is information in the probable cause affidavit that the defendant was then live streaming on social media afterwards that the baby is dead.
It's in paragraph 5, Mr. Capifari. Ms. Tedford stated she is currently 1 month pregnant. Ms. Tedford stated that Anaya Gooch then stated on an Instagram live video the baby is dead after the assault.
Can I have 1 second? Sorry.
Yes.
I was looking at one of the other probable cause affidavits. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Sure.
This is not Deja?
Correct. This is Anaya Cosner. The pretrial assessment summary has you with a moderate IRS score. I do see you have address stability and some job stability. However, as we've been discussing here, the allegations in the charging information and probable cause affidavit are concerning. I think it does indicate that you pose a danger to the community and a bond is appropriate here. I'm setting your bond in the amount of $50,000 cash or surety.
Okay, yeah, she went higher. See, we got the gist of this whole thing, but yes, I'm happy that the judge at least gave her something, of course. But let's get over into the AI breakdown just to find out a little bit more information about this whole case. So as we know, 4 women were arrested after jumping and attempting to stab a pregnant woman at her employment behind the restaurant counter. The violent altercation occurred at 8:30 p.m. on Sunday, May 17th at the Mexican Grill located on 96th Street. The victim stated that the assault stemmed from a personal dispute over a man she and one of the victims were seeing. The victim noted the suspect was Amy because the victim was pregnant with his child. The 4 women entered the restaurant, threatened other employees to clear the path, and then forced their way behind the counter. 2 of the suspects pulled out knives and explicitly targeted the victim's stomach. The victim was left with a defensive stab wound on her hands and cuts to her face from protecting her unborn child. Prosecution revealed that in court that one of the suspects live streamed on social media after the assault, celebrating and bragging that the baby is dead. Yeah, you deserve to be in jail for the rest of your life. You were crazy. All 4 women were taken into custody and appeared in court yesterday, where the judge entered preliminary not guilty pleas on their behalf. So as we know that the two, I'm not even going to try to say the names, identified as defendants who wielded the knives, both were charged with battery by means of deadly weapon and battery resulting in injury to a pregnant woman. I didn't know that was its own charge. And they are being held on $50,000 bond. So we got the other two who was charged with battery to injuring to a pregnant woman. They are both held on. So one was held on $10,000 bond and one was held on $7,500 bond. I wonder why the difference, but absolutely crazy. All of this because they were sleeping with the same man. Some women will do anything to try to keep what they feel like is theirs. But was it truly worth it? Looking back on it now, I would like to ask them, was it worth it throwing your lives away to do this? They might say, yeah, they might. But when they get that sentence of jail time, how will they truly feel? At the end of the day, ladies, I've said this several times, you have to be careful who you choose to open your legs up to. Because you gotta be aware of who the man is and the other women who are around him trying to compete with you. Because some people, no matter man or woman, we gotta take men or women into this. Because someone are willing to kill over who they love or who they think they're supposed to be with. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. That's a crazy situation.